How you doing today? I'm Tim, and today we got some brand new BulletPoint stuff, so stay tuned. As a lot of you know, I've got a brand new 2023 Super Duty, and I reached out to my friends at BulletPoint to see what kind of options they had for mounts for my new truck. So this is what I ended up getting. Let's see. The main attraction is this baby here. It is the Rubigrid. It's the new style. Now, I had a BulletPoint mount in my old truck in my 2018 and just absolutely loved it. I mean, it held my GPS and my phone and my camera and everything else that I wanted to hold on there, and I just loved that thing. So of course, when I needed a new mount, I went back to BulletPoint. So this is the new Rubigrid. So it's supposed to fit directly into the package tray on top of the dash on my Super Duty, and it just requires a couple of holes being drilled, and I got to take part of the dash part to get to it. But inside the package, I don't know if I can get it out of there. All right. Inside the package is the screwdriver that you need, the drill that you need, a trim tool. It's got all the different pieces and parts, a wrench for the bolts. It's got everything you need to install this. Now this one, I opted to go with just one with a standard ball, just one ball, because I already had some arms and I was switching up the way that the arms go, and I didn't want the clamp mount for my phone. I like to use a different kind of mounting. So this one comes with one ball, and you can bolt it onto here wherever you want. Let's see what else is in the box here. Got a couple of arms. Check this out. This is the BulletPoint magnetic mount. It's pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to be mounting my phone with. So a couple arms for all the stuff that I want. This is an adapter for my Garmin GPS. The Garmin GPS ball is smaller than the standard ball that comes on the mounts. So you get this little adapter and you can just snap it right into the back of your Garmin GPS, and it just works great. I also got a couple extra balls because I have to mount my GPS, my phone, and my camera for when I'm doing these videos on the road. So I have 3 balls that I'll be putting on there. And then also in the box is a BulletPoint thermally insulated cup. That's kind of nice, and it matches the truck. What do you know? So yeah, I'll get drinking out of that. So that's the parts that I got. Now we're gonna go to the truck and put it in. Evidently, I had a technical issue where I lost the part of the video or didn't shoot it or something. I thought it was shooting, but something happened. But I lost part of the video where I'm popping the speaker cover off and popping that little tray out. But there are a lot of videos on YouTube of how to get that tray out. And I think there's still valid information in the rest of the videos, so I'm going to put this video out with those pieces missing. I'm sorry. It's mostly get a trim tool under there and pop them up. It's just all snapped in. Just that bottom tray is a bear to get out because they got 10 million really tight clips in there. So, sorry about that. Let's get back to the video. All right, so I got the stupid thing off. I'll put that aside for right now. I also popped this trim. You don't have to, but I'm going to use it to hide some wires for the GPS to go down around and then get down to the charger plug there. It'd be nice to have a plug up in here where I didn't have to mess with that, but it doesn't look like this one's as easy as the other truck to do that to. So I'm just going to run the wires down inside here and plug it into the 12 volt normally. So this is how it's going to sit in there. You have some screws all here that you take out, and you lift this tray up, and that's the part that you're going to be mounting. You're going to be drilling those holes. You're going to be drilling a hole, 5 holes, one there, 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 and then you're going to be putting these bolts with the nylock nuts in there. It can't go side to side, but it can go up and down just a smidge. So you want to make sure that you get this thing lined up properly before you decide where you want to drill those holes. Once you do, then you just pull this out of the way, drill a hole, put a bolt in, make sure it's lined up, drill a hole on this side, put a bolt in, and then you can do the rest. It's an 8mm. They give you a little wrench, but I like using the ratchet to tighten it up. Now this is an improved design, in my opinion. It has this built-in plate in the bottom that will stiffen this plastic. Now on my other truck, I went and put a piece of aluminum across the bottom here to stiffen that plastic up so it didn't flex so much. But this, they've built the plate right into it, so it makes it a little bit stiffer.
That's what she said.
Tighten this down. They give you a little tiny Phillips screwdriver too. It's pretty much a one-use thing. If you try to use it too much, it would just strip out, but they're cheap. So now that we've got those, double check our holes, make sure it lines up the way I want it. It's nice and tight against here is where I want that. That looks good to me. So now I can go ahead and drill the last of these holes. Notice I put a piece of wood here so that when I drop through, I didn't drill into my table saw, bang up the drill bit and that kind of stuff. So this is what it looks like when it's done and mounted on this thing. Nice and tight up against the front. In these holes go some countersunk little screws that hold this top plate on. And you can take the top plate out of the way, and now we're going to go and put this back in the truck. So I've got it plugged in here, I ran it up, and then behind this trim, the wire goes around the trim, and then it comes, it goes down inside there, and then I drilled a hole right here in that plastic thing, and then I run my GPS power cord out of that. Once I get it where I want it, I'll just feed the excess back down into that hole, make it nice and tight. So now I got to get the speaker and the 2 bolts and stuff back in. I'm not going to bore you with putting the speaker and the 2 bolts back in. You can figure that out. One thing that I just want to touch on is some people say, I don't want to drill holes, or I don't want to drill holes here. And, well, I get it, but it's not really a big deal, because if you decide to sell the truck and take it out, you can always throw this thing back in and then it'll cover up those holes. But for me, this mount's gonna become part of this truck. This mount's never going anywhere. I'm gonna use it forever, so I don't care about drilling the holes and making this usable for me. So I'm not gonna bore you with how I picked where I wanted the balls mounted on this thing, because really it was just a whole lot of me talking to myself saying, no, you can't have it there, that's too high, no, that's too low, no, that's gonna mess with your heads-up display, oh, don't forget you want quick access to your 4-way button, stuff like that. So eventually I settled on where I wanted things, and as far as the arms go, I went with I've got 2 carbon fiber arms that are a little bit shorter and 2 aluminum ones that are a little bit longer. And I'm gonna go with the carbon fiber ones for right now. I'll get it up in there and see if everything looks the way that I want it to look and functions the way I want it to function, I might make a change, but at least the balls are where I want the balls. I will show you it's not hard. There's 4 screws for each ball, and then on the back there's a washer and a nylock nut. So you just pick where you want. It can go anywhere. Just don't cover up any of the mount holes like that one right there. That was pretty close, but it'll work. So now I'm going to screw it in and then get my stuff mounted up there and then go from there. And this is the final product. Let's see. Turn this stuff on. So I have my GPS here. I have a magnetic mount for my phone there. And then over here I have my SciTech mount for my 360 camera, which I am holding in my hand right now so you can see this, because I wanted you to see the phone there. And that's what it looks like. And then I have my heads-up display up here. This doesn't bother my heads-up display. When I rest my hand on the shifter, sometimes I can just reach up and do things on the GPS and whatever I need to do here. So I think this is a win. And then the only real thing is this cord. I don't like that, but it's the best I could come up with for now, so that's the way it's going to stay. So I hope you got something good out of this video. If you did, click the like button and let me know. If you use a different kind of mount, or you mount your stuff a little bit different, then leave a comment down there and let me know, because if there's better ways to do it, hey, I'd love to see them. I really love the BulletPoint mount. As far as I'm concerned right now, hands down, it's the best mount. Best design, fast shipping, all that good stuff. So get yourself one. They make them for everything, for Jeeps and all the trucks and Tundras and everything. So you can get a mount for just about any vehicle. So check them out. Get yourself one of those mounts. Check the link in my description for the mounts. And as always, get out there and find your own path.